we've been asked to be part of the skills program as part of the STEM initiative, and I've been asked to answer some questions. Before I do, I thought I would start with a little introduction about myself and the business that I work for. So firstly, our business is called Dyer Engineering, and we're based in the northeast in County Durham across 2 sites. We have a turnover of around 12 million, employ in total about 150 people, and sometimes that grows to 190. And we manufacture machined fabricated metal structures and components, and have been in business for just over 43 years. Okay, so yeah, I've got my colleague here, Maria, who's going to ask the questions, and I'll do my best to answer them.
Okay, the first question is, what did you study at school?
What did I study at school? Well, I suppose, like everyone, you know, GCSEs are pretty broad in terms of what I chose to refine my skill set to. For A levels were my natural disciplines. I'm a very numbers-based person, numeracy. So I did maths, physics, and design and technology.
Excellent. Did you always know that you wanted to work in manufacturing?
Well, strangely, my favourite subject prior to GCSEs was actually woodworking. You know, I really enjoyed sort of that element of hands-on design and manufacturing, and you know, creating things. And I'd say for my A-level choice, the design and technology was my favourite subject. I didn't quite know necessarily what I was going to do at that time, but it's certainly what I enjoyed the most. And yeah, I think it's certainly an aspect that I've enjoyed in my academic life the most. And I suppose at the time I hadn't really, or I wasn't aware of all the careers that were available in manufacturing, but it's where my passion lay.
Did you know digital skills would form a big part of your job?
I did, on the basis that it was an area that I excelled in at school. I found it naturally within my sweet spot, and therefore I knew that I would have an advantage in the whole kind of the workplace and the jobs market, and I wasn't too sure how I'd be able to apply those skills and which particular skills, but I certainly knew that computers and, you know, my ability to be quite a fay with them would come into its own in whichever career I chose.
Mm-hmm. What's the best thing about your job?
The best thing about my job, and one of the benefits of working for an SME, and that's a small to medium sized enterprise, for people aren't aware of the term, is the ability to not necessarily do what you want, but the freedom to bring innovation and change, and yeah, not be pigeonholed and, you know, dictated. It's a very much a open-minded workplace where you can bring change and you have influence over the business and what goes on, and yeah, and the ability to improve and change things.
Yeah. What skills do you look for in a new hire?
I would be looking for, you know, I'd be looking for numeracy skills and IT skills generally, but it, you know, it depends on the position. If that would be, you know, within my team working in the digital innovation department within the business, it would be, yeah, those sort of data analytical skills, very familiar with the Office applications, Excel skills, ability to sort of self-teach and find things themselves. But in terms of the business as a whole, what would we be looking for? You know, shop floor recruits who have, you know, very much an equal standing. It's just a different part of the business. You know, that would be what are their hands-on skills? What are they able to demonstrate from their previous jobs or academic performance?
Where do you see the future of manufacturing heading?
Automation. It's going to be. There's already a term now called cobots, and those are robots that work alongside humans. So anything that has got a repetitive nature should and needs to go down the automotive route to automation route to keep the competitive edge. So it will be Yeah, high volume, and yeah, introduction of automation and robotics within the manufacturing facility.
Okay. What education did you complete to get your role?
So as mentioned, I obviously did my A levels. I then went off, and I didn't quite know what to do, so I started doing an astrophysics degree, which really wasn't what I was after. I could do it, but it didn't really light anything up. So I changed paths, and I did a degree in product design and technology. And the main benefit of that is it provided two routes. You could either go down an engineering perspective, because it was a BSc, or you could go down the design perspective, design for industry, and both of those appealed to me at the time, and I wanted to keep the doors open. And it just so happened that once I graduated, the first job I got was working as a production planner in an injection molding company, which was a little bit of a disappointment at the time because I really enjoyed the design side, and I saw it as a little bit of a stopgap while I still continued to look for those sort of jobs. But it actually turned out that when I got into it, I really enjoyed that side of things. So yeah, so it was a degree in product design and technology, and then since then, I would say self-taught on a number of sort of other levels, but nothing formal.
Okay. Do you see any differences between recruits who have completed an apprenticeship to those who have completed the degree route into industry?
I don't have a large survey to sort of give a strong answer on that, but what I would say is I've got one person in my team who has come up through an apprenticeship on the shop floor, and left school after his A levels, and one of the strongest caliber individuals that I've got the pleasure to work with. And then I've got another guy who's joining us in this summer, who came out top of Durham Uni in a mechanical engineering role, with a first class, and the two individuals are actually very similar in terms of their capability, and I'd say there's whichever route people want to go down, just what one comes with a very hefty price tag at the end of it, and I wouldn't be put off by someone not having a degree if they're able to demonstrate their skills that they've acquired through another route.
Okay. What's the biggest challenge you've faced in your role, and how did you overcome it?
Well, I don't think I have. I don't know. So the biggest challenge that any business has is profitability. So sustaining profitability, and adapting to market conditions, and yeah, trying to bring innovation, trying to stay ahead of the competition, trying to keeping the business safe is the biggest one, and that challenge remains. In any sort of leadership role, it never goes away, and you should never be complacent of it. So I'd say it's not been lost, it's not been won. It sits there as a primary focus.
What one piece of advice would you give students who are interested to going into manufacturing?
I would say stick to whatever you really enjoy doing, because there's a home. If you want to be hands-on, you want to be a top-end machinist, or if you want to be a top-end welder, you can excel in any one discipline and have the respected the respected pay. There's not much of a difference between the highly skilled guys on the shop floor and the senior management team. We do different things, but I wouldn't say that one's better than the other. We're all working towards the same way. So stick to what you're passionate about and what you enjoy. And it's the old saying, you do a job that you enjoy, and you never work a day in your life.
Great. Right. I'll stop the recording.
Okay. Cheers now. Bye bye.